With that said, is the applicant here?
Yes, we are.
All
Good
right.
evening.
Good
Jason-
evening.
Jason James, I'm with CPH Incorporated. Address is 1992 Southwest First Street, Miami, Florida, 33135. And I am here on behalf of the engineers of record. We are the civil design firm that's on it. I also am joined here with the architects of record from Ginsler and also represented from SunTrust Bank. So, awesome job, obviously, to our community planning department, Mr. Cook. I think he summarized everything very well. There are some elements that I do want to just speak to now. I know the board, we're only focusing on the allowance of the drive-through, but since landscaping and the tanks got brought up, I have answers for those. So the plan that we do have in place that DRC will be seeing, it is heavily landscaped on that side, buffering in between the residents and the commercial property. I counted here around 101 hedges and about 12 native shade trees. So I think that's more than enough along that side, including the wall where you probably couldn't even see that nice landscaping from. But we do have that, and also there's actually work right now being done with DERM, the Department of Environmental Regulation Management or Resources Management with the county. They are the ones who are in charge of remediating sites and things like that. Right now, they are working with the owner. The applicant is working with the owner, and there are responsibilities that must happen prior to any of this taking forward. But yes, that is definitely being resolved as part of the plan. And as per our letter of intent, the goal is to start construction by summer 2020. So we're hoping to have enough time to go ahead and do all that land remediation, get all our approvals in place, get our building permit, and be ready to construct at that time. So if there's any other questions specific to whatever information is presented in the packet, please let me know, and I'll do my best to answer.
I have a question.
You have a question?
Is there going to be access into the property from 18th Avenue?
No, ma'am, there's
No,
not.
No.
No, we're actually, no, we're not. I was actually gonna say, overall, we're actually reducing the amount of access to the site itself, especially from Biscayne, which is better overall for the traffic in the area. There's nothing being proposed off of 18th.
Is there, it's a horrible street. People,
Yeah, well-
they don't stop at that corner to begin with. Is there going to be a traffic study or anything done?
Yeah, part of our submittal requirements to DRC is to provide a traffic impact analysis or statement, and that was provided. Another element that's actually more, I would say, intense than that is actually that we have to go through the Florida Department of Transportation, FDOT, in the state. Even though we're reducing the amount of driveway connections from their road, they still ask us to go through the process and go through the whole permitting process with that. And part of their requirements are also for them to analyze the traffic impact, internal and external. It's a site.
Okay. All right. With that being said, it's an echo. I'll open public hearing. Anyone for or against? You could come up to the mic. Okay. Then I'll close public hearing. And any more board discussion?
Madam Chair, I move that we accept with the conditions. Unless you have something.
I second.
Moved by Ms. Arnold and seconded by Mr. McDermott. Roll call, please.
Ms. Fleet,
Yes.
Mr. McDermott,
Yes.
Ms. Arnold,
Yes.
Ms. Cohen,
Yes.
Ms. Fenelon.
Yes.
Motion passed 5-0.
Can't wait to see the
Happy they're
thing.
closing off, I know.
All right, just one.
I believe.
Welcome to North Miami.
Today's a good day. Good night. Great cases.
All right, the next case, I think, is it our last?
It is our last.
Okay, V-11-19,
Good work.
variance to allow setback reduction at 1830 Northeast 144th Street. Yeah, there's a bunch of things with it. Yeah, it's confusing. Go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As stated, this is a variance to Article 4, Division 2, Section 4-203 of the Chapter 29 of the City of North Miami's Code of Ordinances, Land Development Regulations, to allow a reduction from the required side setback of 15 feet to a proposed setback of 5 feet on the property located at 1830 Northeast 144th Street in the M1 district. Said variance is to be reviewed under the criteria set forth in Article 3, Division 6, Section 3-606 of the Land Development Regulations. So as stated, this is located at 1830 Northeast 144th Street. The property is approximately 25,000 square feet. The proposed project is for an office building of approximately 8,900 square feet. The lot also already has a warehouse on the building, on the lot, excuse me, at this time. At one point in, let's see, in 2016, this property came before this board to get this deviation in the side setback, which was granted by the board. And what transpired, as you may have read in history, is that to what Madam Chair spoke of in the last application about you have a time limit that you need to execute a building permit or your approval expires. And they did not do that, thus we are back before you again to ask for the same request of this side setback. So as you can see, the neighborhood characteristic, you have M1 industrial all around because this is an industrial area of the city. Right here is the site plan. You have is this to the east? Is this property running north-south or east-west? That is the north, so it's east-west. So on the east side of the property, you have the existing warehouse on the property. And on the west side, they have proposed an office building to be a part of the site. As you can see, you have parking there and you have access. You have two frontages. You have the street on the east side is 144th, and on the west side, I can't remember what that street is, but I state what it is. 143. So as you can see right here, this is an aerial with the rendering of the proposed building. You can see that building on your far side there. Closer, see the new building, how it would look. This is looking from the east, looking westward. And this is looking, you have two from 143rd Street perspectives of the building that they are proposing. As you saw in the previous speech, they're also going to have what we would call a sustainable component to the building, having a green roof as part of that area. As you can see, not the bias, it's an elegant looking building. It will look very nice in the area. It's
Very nice.
It's going to look out of place, right? So it's going to make so people have to bring their game up, if I may say, in future development with this. So with that in mind, as we stated earlier with the first item we had on the docket, it was a variance. You have 6 criteria that we review as it relates to a variance, and of that, you need to have 4 of them that you need to meet to get a favorable recommendation in mind. So, looking at this site, you have this special conditions and circumstances exist which are particular to the land, the structure, or the building involved, and which are not applicable to other lands, structures, or buildings in the same zoning district. No. So the land, the structure, there is no special conditions there, so we are where we are. Number 2, the unusual circumstances or conditions necessitate the variance request are present in the neighborhood and are not unique to the property. No, in that aspect, it's not. It is what it is, but we have some circumstances to talk about. Number 3, that the requested variance maintains the basic intent and purpose of the subject regulations, particularly as it affects the stability and appearance of the city. Yes. So how so is that is? As we have in our analysis, The property is zoned M1. The future land use designation is industrial. Both zoning and the land use designation permits the development of an office use. The proposed addition or the proposed building does not deviate from that allowed use by adding an office along with the warehouse. And so it wouldn't disrupt the stability of the area, it wouldn't have an adverse impact in that capacity and the appearance. The literal interpretation of the provision of these LDRs would deprive the applicant of rightly commonly enjoyed by other properties in the same zoning district under the terms of the LDR. Yes. So how so? Given the neighborhood existing configuration and context, the applicant request is consistent with the built environment and does not deviate from the precedents established within the surrounding area. So, why would I say that? As I stated in my thing, you look at the area as it is. No one has a 15-foot side setback. You either have zero lot, zero or less than 15 or zero lot line on the side setbacks throughout the area. So this deviation would not be out of character with the area as it is. So it would be in line with what is present there. 5, the variance request is a minimum variance that will make possible the reasonable use of the land. So we say yes, the approval of the requested variance will maintain the current setback. So what is the current setback? The current warehouse setback is just 5 feet on the site. So he's continuing that. And as I've already established, based on what is the character of the neighborhood is less than 15 feet. So it wouldn't be out of character with what's going on there. And it would allow for the development of what they would desire to do there. You've seen the pictures. They have proposing a very nice building there. The granting of the variance will be in harmony with the general intent and purpose of the LDRs, and such variance will not be injurious to the area involved. As I've stated earlier, and I'll reiterate with this, yes, even though the proposed offer encroaches into the minimum required setback and an intrusion could be construed as contrary to the LDR's intent and purpose. The proposed office building will coincide with the predetermined side setback of the site by matching the existing warehouse setback of 5 feet. And more important, it'll be in line with the neighborhood context. And I think that's really the important element of it, that it is in line with the neighborhood context. You would not be creating something that would cause a new president, and you have an influx of new requests in the area. Because everybody, from my observation out there, zero setback on that. So with that in mind, we recommend approval of the request as put forth. My only condition I would have to put in it, I failed to put it in, this would require, I believe, DRC review for to go before the Development Review Committee. Other than that, thank you.
I have a question. Is it, in your presentation, which was finally done, thank you, you mentioned it's a 3-story building, but is it actually 3 stories or 2 stories? Because I see in the materials, it says a 2-story building, and then, but your summary is saying 2-story.
Yeah, but the
parking,
I think the parking,
Yeah, the parking.
Well, don't forget the roof.
It is,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
the parking.
And,
Parking.
yeah.
the
And don't
thing, the
forget
parking's
the roof.
elevated, yeah.
So, as Mr. Held brought forth, is you have the active roof deck area. Technically, that acts as
Right.
as a floor
Okay,
itself.
okay, just wanted to be clear.
All right, thank you. Applicant, anything to add? You're welcome to come to the mic. Good evening. Name and
Glad I was
address.
last. My name is Josephine Almanla. I live at 1850 Alamanda Drive in North Miami, 33181. Basically, the reason that we did not go forward the last time we were approved, we had a change of heart. We were originally going to do a warehouse, and our architect, Martin Littman, design this beautiful building. And we changed our mind. So hopefully, with what Mr. Cook presented, that the variance was already approved before and it's consistent with the neighborhood. And hopefully, you'll approve that for us and let us put up our beautiful building.
Okay. All right, with that being said, anyone for or against? I'll open public hearing.
Oh, he's back.
I know, a friendly neighbor.
He's gonna be our favorite. He's our fave for the day.
You need a neighbor.
He'll be our
Melting good
our
one.
sixth member.
That's it.
Exactly. I just wanted to say that, you know, maybe it was for the good, for the best, that you didn't move forward in 2016. We've seen a lot of changes in the city, and this building would be spectacular, and that area has so much potential. So I'm really asking that you please approve this for them, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. And maybe renting an office space for me.
All right. Got your,
All
your
right, get his
first rental.
card. Okay, with
First
that
tenant.
said,
First tenant, right?
I'll close public hearing. Any void discussion? No?
Madam Chair,
That was a good change of heart.
move to approve.
Move to approve by Mr.
Second.
McDermott. Oh, you guys are on
know,
the
we're
ball
intelligent
tonight.
today.
All right.
Amanda, keep me on this side.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Ms. Fleet,
Yes.
Mr. McDermott,
Yes.
Ms. Arnold,
Yes.
Ms. Cullen,
Yes.
Ms. Fenelon.
Yes.
Motion passed 5-0.
Okay, good luck.
Congrats.
Yay.
Please
I'm
build
pretty
this
sure you
side.
know all the, you see,
The cards.
all the great stuff that's happening with Solomon, so
Yeah.
they'll be right along
Yeah,
the
that's
line.
right.
It's gonna be pretty nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
And Derek,
Please-
thanks
please no
for,
delays in
Awesome.
building.
thanks for an evening of great work.
This was really
So,
good.
let me
This was
see.
painless.
No, wait a minute, I gotta read through this.
Oh, sorry.
I'm supposed to.
That's right.
Okay, let's go. Old business? New business? Okay, then adjournment?
And I'll second.
Moved by Ms. Corinne and seconded by Ms. Fenelon. Okay. All in favor? Aye. All right. Any opposed? You're not.
This was a great night.